Welcome. My name is Patrick, and I'm one of the partners and contributors of the CI Mastermind program offered by Chalmers Street Consulting. In this video, I want to give you a brief introduction into the 5 Whys root cause analysis tool. We hope that this content will allow you to more effectively use our free web-based 5 Whys tool to tackle root causes of issues that you experience in your environment on a daily basis. Think about how often are you facing issues in your environment, and you usually do not have the tools or time to really tackle them comprehensively, drill down to the real issues that cause them, so they will keep recurring on a regular basis. 5 Whys is one of those tools that can help you drill down and truly identify the issues driving your day-to-day challenges and allow you to develop plans to continuously improve and eliminate those causes. So when we're really talking about the purpose of 5 Whys and root cause analysis, it's really about mistake proofing. It's taking those mistakes that we experience on a day-to-day basis, drilling down into what's truly causing them, and eliminating those causes for good, so you will never face this mistake again. One thing you got to keep in mind is what you're experiencing on the surface, what you're seeing happening, is typically just a symptom, just the tip of the iceberg. 5 Whys allows you, by simply asking why sequentially over and over again, to drill down into the cause of an issue. Causes and effects are oftentimes separated by time, logical flow, or location. These examples listed on the slide are pretty straightforward, and you can make a direct linkage between the causes on the left and the effects on the right. But the question is, what causes those causes on the left? So the 5 Why method allows us simply to dig deeper, all the way down to the root cause of an issue, so we can tackle it for good and prevent recurrence. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that oftentimes one cause can have multiple effects. So the benefit of removing or eliminating root causes can actually show itself in benefits in a lot of different areas, right? Not just the specific one you want to tackle. On the other hand, you need to understand that one effect can have multiple root causes. So when you're asking why something occurs, try to look in all kinds of different directions, because sometimes there's not a direct single line between a root cause and an effect. So a couple more things around 5 Whys. 5 Whys is really just a method to determine a root cause. It cannot stand alone by itself. If you find the root cause, when you find the root cause, you need to then take next steps to determine the appropriate countermeasures to resolve those causes and make sure they never come back. And so keep in mind that you may just have to address more than just one root cause when resolving an issue. Now, how often do you need to ask why? Well, the name implies it's 5 times. But in actuality, all this is supposed to tell you is it's got to be more than once or twice, because this typically doesn't get you really to a true root cause. It may take you 4, 5, 6, and sometimes 7 times. The whole point, again, is about asking why multiple times and not just once or twice. So let us take a look at an example here. I hope everybody's familiar with the Jefferson Memorial in Washington, D.C. And so one of the problems that occurred there a while ago was that it started deteriorating. So if you're applying the 5 Why method to this, you're first asking, well, why is it deteriorating? Well, because it must frequently be pressure washed, right? It's getting dirty. Well, why does it have to be frequently pressure washed? Because a lot of bird droppings accumulate on it. Yeah, it still seems very obvious, right? So it's deteriorating because it has to be washed a lot, and that's because it's dirty. Pretty straightforward, right? So let's keep digging deeper. Why do we have bird droppings accumulate there? Because their birds are attracted by a lot of spiders in that memorial, right? So you're getting a little bit closer to understanding what's driving it, but you still don't know why all these spiders are there. So, right, the next question, the 4th why, has to be, why are all these spiders in the memorial? Well, because the spiders are attracted by a lot of gnats in the memorial. Okay, so your 4th why got you a little bit deeper into towards the root cause, but you still don't understand what's driving all those gnats into the memorial. So the next step around the next why will tell you that the gnats are there because they're attracted by the floodlights when they're turned on at dusk. So now you have arrived at a cause that may likely be the root cause for this issue. So by turning on the floodlights at dusk, gnats are attracted, and that drives the chain. So you're ending up here at a cause that you probably can do something about it. And that's in actuality what happened. So they decided to delay turning on the floodlights by a couple of hours. That in turn limited the amount of gnats that showed up at the memorial. That reduced the amount of spiders, therefore, and thus reducing the number of birds in the memorial. So they ended up with less droppings there, and then that required less pressure washing. So what I just walked you through is actually the reverse logic check that we'll get to here in a second, called the gap test. But you see how the problem statement can be translated into an actionable root cause. So that gap test I just mentioned is about making sure that the logic that you apply to your 5 whys is solid. And you use that by using the term therefore and therefore reasoning. So in this example, I'm just going to read this off for you, right? So the deterioration of the Jefferson Memorial occurred due to gnats appearing at dusk when the floodlights were turned on. Therefore, spiders showed up to feed off the gnats. Therefore, birds appeared to consume the spiders, therefore accumulating bird droppings, therefore leading to more frequent pressure washing of the memorial. So I hope you see with this therefore reasoning, you're actually checking that the logic that you applied, digging deeper towards the root cause, makes sense, right? So you can draw a clear connection between the two. When you write it out this way, you may recognize that somewhere there's a spot in your logic that doesn't quite make sense. So like it says here, if the sentence is fragmented or unorganized, chances are there's a gap between one or several of the whys. So when you conduct in your 5 why, drill down to your suspected cause, but then use this gap test, this therefore chain, to trace it all the way back to your problem to make sure this connection makes sense. A couple of other thoughts around root causes. We can differentiate between a couple of various types of root causes. One is there's a technical root cause, and that's really the visible and tangible cause of the specific incident that happened in this specific environment. The other two ways we can think about root causes is to look for detection and prevention. So why did the system not allow for early detection of the problem? Why did it not prevent the problem from happening in the first place, right? So if you're considering all 3 different aspects of root causes, that will allow you to really comprehensively address the issue and make sure whatever countermeasures you put in place, they're truly making sure that mistake never happens again. So here's some conclusions, right? The objective of 5 whys is about driving down to root cause. It is not set up to also help you drive all the way through countermeasures and elimination, right? So it just helps you drill down deeper and deeper. So make sure you're not only applying the 5 why, you're also thinking about what are the right countermeasures and how do I put them in place. It is about asking why a sufficient number of times. You want to aim typically for process problems. There's got to be something wrong with the process, with the system as a whole that causes this issue. All right, with that, I want to challenge you, take our 5 why tool, go out and understand the issues that happen in your environment, and just pick one of them and start drilling down towards root cause. If you end up seeing multiple paths and branches that happen during your 5 why, follow all of them, right? It could really establish a whole network, if you will, of whys and branches. And you may have to address, as we covered earlier in the video, multiple issues that are causing your one effect. So go out, try it out, provide feedback to us. We're looking for feedback on the tool itself, on this video, so we continuously improve our own program. If this piqued further interest of you in our CI Mastermind program, please contact us, and we're happy to provide additional information on how the program works, what other tools you may learn as part of it, and just how we think this is a very effective way of learning continuous improvement tools, practices, and principles, and apply them effectively in your environment. With that, thank you for attention. Hope to see you soon. Hope to talk to you soon. Goodbye.